Hey guys, Jamie Osborne here, Weichert Realtors Benchmark Mortgage. Doing another video here for my Q&A series, and this question came to me last month from a buyer that I was working with. We were looking at a house over in the Bartlett area, new fresh coat of paint, new carpet, roof was fairly new. House looked to be in very, very good condition, well taken care of. An older lady that was retirement age that was moving out of the house. It was a one-owner home. She lived there for a long time. Anyway, I told them, because it was a multiple offer situation, that they should write the offer to be as is. I also told them that they should take out the inspection contingency. Their question was, if we buy the house in as is condition, do we still get to actually do an inspection? And in both scenarios, whether you write an offer purchase to be purchased in as is condition, or whether you write it with no inspection contingency, you can still do an inspection. It really comes down to earnest money in one situation. The other one, the earnest money doesn't really play into it. So if you're buying the house in as-is condition, you're telling the seller that no matter what the condition of the property is after your inspection, you're not going to ask them to fix anything. In the other one, if you remove the inspection contingency, not only are you buying it in as-is condition, but what you're saying is that I feel so strongly about this property that no matter what, I'm not only not going to ask you to fix anything, but I'm willing to bet my earnest money that I'm not going to walk away because of something that comes up in the inspection. Now, some people don't do an inspection, and I don't necessarily suggest that, but if you remove that inspection contingency, you're essentially wagering your earnest money on the line to say that even if we find something, you can keep my earnest money if I back out, which is a very strong I'm not going to back out statement. So yes, you can definitely do an inspection if it's as is. Yes, you can still do an inspection if you remove your inspection contingency. Removing the inspection contingency is riskier. It is also significantly stronger when it comes to terms of what the seller's looking for in a contract. We actually ended up losing this contract to somebody else that bought it without an inspection contingency, so that's the way it worked out on that one. Only to have the seller get out of that contract with that buyer because the buyer was acting a little weird and trying to renegotiate price once they were under contract. Either way, the agent called me back up and said, hey, are your folks still interested? And so they were able to secure that house over in the Bartlett area. We actually did not do an inspection. The previous buyers did an inspection, and they just handed us that inspection. We looked it over. It was good. So we were comfortable. So, sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. It's just a matter of how much risk you're willing to take and how large your earnest money check is. Because if you are working with a $3,000 or $4,000 earnest money, that's one thing versus if you're working with $1,000 or $1,500. It just kind of depends on how much you're willing to risk. So anyway, that's what I got for you today guys, and you can think about that. Have a good one.